passionate about this industry.
Very authentic.
He's an honest individual.
Candid nature.
Trustworthy.
Certainly admired by so many people.
Absolute true integrity.
Someone who was the calm in any storm.
Sainthood might be a little strong.
Every year, personal achievement, outstanding leadership, and community involvement are honored by AICC and RISD. The 34th inductee into our Hall of Fame is A. Stephen Young.
Steve Young? I thought this Hall of Fame inductee was Marvin Tick.
Yes, that's Steve Young. Even at an early age, Steve Young showed a talent for and comfort with public speaking. Steve's parents instilled in him a deep faith and sense of social responsibility. As a teenager, he focused on drumming up new friends, an avocation he enjoys to this day.
When I got the opportunity and the band played a couple of times at AICC's, I knew Steve was the drummer. I want you to come up between sets and play drums, and he was like a kid in a candy store because it was something he never thought he'd ever do again.
He first came to Washington as an assistant to then Congressman Charles Mosier. From there, he moved to California and the Manufacturers Agents Association, and it seems that California agreed with him. But after nearly 4 years, he was ready for his next challenge and became AICC's administrative director. The mid-90s saw a brief hiatus for Steve from AICC.
Steve left the association for another position. A lot of us made the overture of get Steve back. And Steve came back to the association in 1995, just 1 year later.
Soon, he was advanced to the position of Executive Vice President.
Dick Troll was great at discovering the best in people. And when he saw Steve, I think he saw that Midwest culture, that solid individual.
In the late 90s, when founding executive director Dick Troll suddenly passed away, Steve Young was the obvious choice to assume leadership, and he did so with authority and confidence.
Steve basically slipped right in and made that happen. And it was very fluid. We had no bumps.
Steve Young had a vision under Dick Troll, and when Dick Troll passed away, Steve Young was right there, and we moved forward without a hiccup.
It worked really, really well.
He's like the glue that holds the association together.
He's taken this industry that started in 1974 under Dick and has turned it into a much more professional organization. He's able to adjust with the times, look forward to the future.
Steve, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. An honor, in my opinion, long overdue for all the work you have done for our association and how appropriate would happen in Supercore 2016. Steve set up the initial meetings with Taffy. Right there leading the way.
His negotiating skills with the people from Taffy were crucial.
He always appreciated the essence and true meaning of AICC.
He's always in a good mood.
You know, Steve Young's one of those guys that never has a bad day.
The essential element as far as AICC is concerned is our president, Steve Young, is a servant.
Steve is respected for his dedication and his commitment to the individuals.
I think Steve always wants everyone to be heard. He wants everyone to be heard, to listen to each other, try to take everyone's input.
I watch Steve as a model of a person who can run a nonprofit and run it well.
His orientation to the needs of the independent box maker and the associate members who provide the goods and services that enable us to be successful.
I think that the whole organization has benefited by recognizing the importance of the associates within the organization. Under Steve, we have become one.
He's very close to a lot of the members. Throughout the years, he's developed that relationship personally. His commitment to the organization certainly rings true with each of the relationships he has with the chairmen.
Amazing that he can travel and be so calm no matter where he is in the world, and speak so highly and articulately about our industry and about the members.
He is in charge of putting together every one of the national meetings. He oversees the regional meetings. This guy is on the phone, on a plane, on a train, in a car almost every day.
He is a great ambassador for the association and is always inquiring about what can the association do to help your business be more successful.
He's sort of the Rolodex of the industry when it comes to knowing who's with what companies have been purchased. He's an information center.
Within our industry, Steve is probably the most highly regarded guy ever.
He's a great leader, he's a quiet leader, and he just leads by example, both in his professional life and in his personal life.
Steve has a deep involvement in his Catholic faith, as those who have traveled with him attest.
He and I have gone to Sunday Mass when we're together at an AICC all across this country for 30 years.
I don't care what town we're in, he finds a Catholic church on Sunday morning.
His devotion to his church led to his investiture.
One thing I don't think a lot of people know is he volunteered at a soup kitchen on Saturday nights. That was his idea of a good time and did it for years.
A large part of his beliefs and devotion is expressed in good deeds, as shown by the Haircuts for the Homeless program he started at the Gift of Peace House in Washington, D.C.
Steve is a very active layman in the Catholic Church, and his particular ministry is that of providing barber services. Of course, along with that, as most barbers do, they listen to whatever the client has to say, and I think in his own way, that's a ministry to other people. This is a man who has dedicated himself to the service of other people. He's enthusiastic about it.
His contributions that most of us don't even know about. You ever read that? How he puts back, but it's just silently. He doesn't have to lead the parade. He just does it.
His many years of tireless service to our association, along with his commitment to serve his local community and the depth of his faith, make A. Stephen Young an ideal recipient of the AICC RISI Hall of Fame.